49ers and Browns.
I love this line. I'll take Cleveland plus 6.5. First of all, the Browns at home, excellent defense, and probably the most underrated roster in the league. Myles Garrett has 13 sacks the last month. No other player has more than 13 the entire season. Good luck, Niners. Brock Purdy, multiple interceptions in 4 of his last 5 starts, and it's going to be windy and snowy conditions. He has struggled with ball security in crappy weather. I also think this team is overly reliant on Christian McCaffrey. How much gas does Christian have in the tank? I think we saw enough from Shedeur. I'm going to take a close game either way. Let's say the Niners win late, but I like the points. 24-20 San Francisco, take 6.5.
I am absolutely captivated by this matchup. The defensive unit of the Cleveland Browns is the real deal. I am intensely curious to see what strategies Brock Purdy, alongside head coach Kyle Shanahan, and the offensive weapon that is Christian McCaffrey, have prepared. The contributions of players like Katie Jennings will also be critical. That side of the contest should be a phenomenal battle. Conversely, the San Francisco 49ers defense is the most perplexing group to assess in the entire league. They are severely hampered by injuries, a unit that has been absolutely ravaged. This context is precisely why everyone is singing the praises of defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, and he unequivocally deserves every bit of that acclaim. If this defensive squad were anywhere near full health, combined with Saleh's schematic genius, I would be thinking that the opposing quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, would have no opportunity for success whatsoever. I'm talking none. Zero. However, the situation is a little unpredictable regarding what this group will be able to consistently produce each successive week. I can envision one of 2 distinct scenarios unfolding for the 49ers defense against Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. The first possibility is that Sanders has an absolutely disastrous performance, and Robert Saleh's defensive schemes make it look like, yeah, come on, rookie, what did you expect? This is the NFL? The alternative is that he has a merely acceptable game. It's just an all-right outing. He might make a couple of positive plays, but it ultimately amounts to another okay performance, which you could reasonably expect for a player making just his second career start. I would not anticipate some grand, spectacular Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived type of performance. Frankly, I would find that to be the most shocking outcome imaginable. The challenge in evaluating the 49ers defense stems from the relentless wave of injuries they have endured all season long. Consequently, looking at their overall point differential or their average points allowed per game isn't going to provide a truly accurate representation of their capabilities. For instance, they surrendered 30 points to the Buccaneers, but that was a game where they suffered a couple of devastating in-game injuries. Then they limited the Falcons to only 10 points. But Atlanta has been one of the most erratic and inconsistent offenses in the league. They subsequently gave up 26 to the Texans, 24 to the Giants. I believe Jackson Dart was playing quarterback in that contest, if I recall correctly, and then a staggering 42 points to the Rams, a game that spiraled out of control almost immediately. They allowed 22 to the Cardinals, but then most recently held the Panthers to just 9 points, though it really should have been more. That game was something of a Bryce Young special, to be honest. It's also crucial to note that the 49ers offense, with Brock Purdy at the helm, contributed to that low score by turning the ball over with interception after interception in that game. And that's the other key factor, right? The Panthers do not possess a defense remotely close to the caliber of the Cleveland Browns, who have a significantly superior unit. And yet, we just witnessed the kind of performance Brock Purdy was able to manufacture against that very Browns defense. So this upcoming game does have several significant question marks surrounding it, primarily due to this overarching unpredictability. You have Brock Purdy reintegrating with the team and working his way back from his own injury issues. You have this 49ers defense, once again decimated by injuries, with Robert Saleh performing minor miracles and seemingly pulling rabbits out of hats every week to field a competitive group. But the central question remains. Will he be able to continue performing these schematic wonders against a rookie quarterback who is a complete unknown? Obviously, with Shedeur Sanders and an offensive coach in Kevin Stefanski, whom I believe to be excellent despite what some of Sanders' more ardent supporters might try to fabricate, there is some potential. However, the one single element, the only aspect of this game that we can state with absolute confidence and chest-out conviction, is that this Cleveland Browns defense will absolutely show up ready to play. They are going to be present. They are going to be a formidable force. There is no doubt about it. Zero doubt. So that is the core of my interest now. I'm fascinated by two distinct, almost separated narratives. You could argue this for any game, but to me, it feels very clearly divided. First, what can this 49ers offense concoct and execute against this elite Cleveland Browns defense? And then, flipping the perspective to the Cleveland Browns side of the ball, what is Shedeur Sanders capable of doing against this patched-up 49ers defense? Then, hopping back to the 49ers perspective once more, is this injury-riddled defense still good enough to completely overwhelm and dismantle a quarterback who is making only the second start of his professional career? A quarterback who, despite the narrative some wish to create, performed merely okay, capital O, capital K, okay, against a Las Vegas Raiders team that is objectively awful, absolutely terrible. This is why this game is strangely, incredibly compelling. It would be significantly less intriguing if it weren't Shedeur Sanders starting at quarterback. It would also be less compelling if the Browns' defense wasn't so spectacular, and further less so if the 49ers' defense was healthy and not such a wild card. All these variables combine to create a fascinating puzzle. I cannot wait to see it unfold. I kept thinking that there are several seemingly skippable games on the schedule this weekend, especially since many of the truly marquee matchups are concentrated on Thanksgiving and the following Friday. Those are some fascinating contests, whereas the weekend slate has a handful of games that elicit a feeling of, whatever. Under normal circumstances, this 49ers versus Browns game could have easily fallen into that whatever category. It's the 49ers versus the Browns. The Browns aren't in the playoff hunt, the 49ers should win. But there is a certain intrigue here, a unique juice. Brock Purdy does need to perform at a higher level. And now he's facing an elite, championship-caliber defense featuring an absolute monster in Myles Garrett. This Browns defense has been playing at an exceptional level. Meanwhile, the 49ers' banged-up defense is facing a rookie quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, the Shedeur Sanders. I'm getting so excited that I almost want to fast forward through Thanksgiving at this point and get straight to these Sunday games. I am completely invested in this matchup. I'm all for it. I've seen the prediction from the analyst Collins. He has the 49ers ultimately winning, but he projects them to struggle significantly in the process. He has them struggling, Brock Purdy in particular, and he has Shedeur Sanders finding a measure of success and achieving positive things on the field. So we shall see. Those are simply my personal reflections and anticipations. I would absolutely be delighted to hear your own. What are all of your thoughts concerning the San Francisco 49ers potentially securing a victory, but doing so while struggling considerably on the road in Cleveland against the trio of Shedeur Sanders, Myles Garrett, and the schemes of Kevin Stefanski? Please share your viewpoints in the comment section below. I make it a point to read every single comment that is posted, irrespective of whether you are in full agreement with me or you fundamentally disagree. Either way, let's ignite some engaging discussions. Let's engage in some spirited debates. But when all is said and done, let's simply enjoy the experience and have a great time. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. We are in the process of cultivating a truly wonderful community here, and I would absolutely be thrilled to have you as a part of it. My ambition is to build something that we all feel a genuine connection to, something that we are truly enthusiastic and proud to be involved with, and I believe we are making significant progress toward achieving that objective. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely and substantially assists with visibility within the platform's algorithm. Thank you so very much for your time and engagement.